Hello, everyone. I'm Erika.
And I'm Sarah. This is the Living Understaffed podcast, the chaos we can't clock out of. Erika, how's your week been?
Busy. Just because I've been busy lately, but also I went to Georgia for work, so I was there for 3 days, which was great. I learned a lot. I got a lot out of the trip, but I didn't have a lot of time to do my regular job, so I had to do 5 days worth of work in 2 days. And we had like an office barbecue, so it was a little less than 2 days because I am a participator in things. I am a firm believer where, like, if everyone sits around and is determined to be miserable and not participate in stuff, then everyone's going to be fucking miserable. Just go and do the thing. You might have fun. It's going to be in your office. Don't be an asshole. I'm also, to be fair, I am an extrovert. And I need to have some patience for people who do have really bad social anxiety, because those people exist. However, there are also people that are just determined to not have a good time.
Correct.
So I did work. I did do a lot of work, but I also, hung out with, my coworkers for an hour or so.
That's nice. Sometimes it's needed, though. Even if, like, let's say that you're not an extrovert, but you had your group of friends, it's still a good morale boost, and it's still good to get away from your computer, and it's still good to kind of have that bit of camaraderie.
Mm-hmm. And it does, in the long run, it really does help with productivity. Like, they have done so many, like, studies where it's like, if you get along with the people you work with and all of that stuff, like, you are more productive because you want to do a better job. I am like that anyway, but, like, my life is better. You spend so much time with your coworkers. If you like them, your life is so much better. I happen to be really lucky because I really like my coworkers, and I have, like, a really good, like, working relationship with my coworkers. Because I've had coworkers that I really liked, but they're all, like, old men, so I don't really have the same, like, buddy relationship with them.
Yeah, it's different. It's different.
Where I work now, I'm like, okay, like, these are my people. I'm so glad. But also, Daisy, my sweet bean, got spayed on Wednesday. Shout out to my roommates who picked her up and dropped her off and then picked her up. You know what I mean?
Sure. Also, guys, to be fair, for anyone listening, she is also her roommate's ex-dog, sort of.
Yes.
So it's not like, they've never been around each other and that this is just a total stranger of a dog. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Daisy is upset because she's in her kennel.
Well,
I know. She also wouldn't drink water because she was super, super high from the sedation. And she kept drinking too much water, so I wouldn't let her drink too much water. And I put her in her kennel. And you wake up in the morning and you're like, something's not right. I woke up at 2:00 in the morning on Wednesday going to Thursday, and she'd thrown up everywhere. And before anyone is like, they're not supposed to throw up right now. I know, but it was water. It wasn't. So that was cool. Love that for me. And I'm awake long enough that I can't just go back to sleep. And she has this inflatable thing that's an orange slice, and it's really cute. And she also has this, like, onesie thing and the cone of shame, and she keeps slithering out of all of it. I'm like, how? So
the donut now too?
It's out of stuff. For someone for a dog that only has one gummy worm, she uses it for mischief all the time. She also uses it as a pillow, which is really cute. If I can get a picture of it, I will. She'll, like, lay, and then her her face folds like squish up. So she's just like one big wrinkle. Oh my God, she's so cute. She's so I mean, she's a cute
I
dog
love that.
anyway. She's extra cute. She's adorable. I'll for sure send you a picture because
Yes, please. I just need that in my life for a little boost.
yes, obviously. The endorphins that dogs give you.
Honestly.
I know.
Honestly.
That's pretty much it. What is happening? Anyway, also I may have overbooked myself this weekend.
Girl,
Shocking.
same.
I know.
What have you got going on?
I'm doing yard work tomorrow morning. Then I'm gonna go to Raleigh, maybe. Either way, we're gonna do something. I'm gonna do something with Greg. And we're going to a wedding, and he needs to buy a shirt so he can be my date. Sarah, stop looking at me like that. And then we might go to Raleigh. And then that evening, I'm like 90% sure that I have my book club, and that starts at 7. So I have a full day, basically. And then Sunday, I know I have to do something on Sunday. I just don't remember what it is.
Yeah, we have a guest recording on Sunday.
Oh, see? Yep. So, Sarah, how have you been understaffed?
Adorable.
Yeah.
Oh God. What happened? Since we last recorded, why does this feel like 20 years ago?
I don't know. But it does feel like 20 years ago.
What was the last time we recorded was with Vanessa Kramer. Love her.
Mhm.
I had just gotten back from Kansas City for work. And then this week I was sick for a couple weeks, called out of work, sucked. Also did a podcast pitch for another small production, which is kind of exciting. It's like a monthly episode type of thing. I'm going to be doing all the post-production stuff, which is kind of fun. Oh my God. It seems like this week has been really short because I called out for a couple of days, but I filled those 2 days, of course, with like podcast things and editing and all of that. But have we posted an episode this week? Am I even halfway done with editing the episode? Also, no. I've reached out to both of the promos that are supposed to be in this week's episode, and the first person didn't like theirs and thought that it was going to be a completely different thing. The second person hasn't even responded or read messages. And I'm like, and then I also have overbooked myself this weekend. So Erika and I had decided to record tonight. Tomorrow I have to work for the Army. There's like a little fest in the little Civil War town that's here. So we're taking a bunch of students to the fest. And then I'm going to St. Louis to see Daddy Call so that we can sit by the pool and just lounge and chill the fuck out for a little while. I guess we're supposed to be going to see some live music tomorrow night. I don't know, but like I still don't have the episode done. Also, I've noticed that my attitude towards like being the best employee ever and being the best that I can be and, big Army, like be all you can be type of shit. I noticed that my fucks level has gone way down. And it's not that I don't care, but I am trying to I am taking somewhat of a step back because I'm a big picture person. I am trying to take a step back and look at if I wasn't here, what holes would there be? Like, what can I see that could potentially be a problem? Because we don't know, the hiring freeze and the weirdness that's out there right now with the downsize in civilian workforce and blah, 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 blah. what does that look like for us to actually post my position opening and get it hired? Because also, I think my chief made a comment about how Fort Leonard Wood was trying not to hire anyone outside of like special circumstances. I don't know how I don't know how all that works. But if that's the case, then my worst case scenario is that my position wouldn't be filled for at least 3 months, right? Just to look at it again, big picture. And there's been a lot of conversations about like, hey, so this week, one of the things that I did was I made a 90-day calendar, and it's listed out essentially by calendar day, the tasks that I would be getting done by that day. And it's based on our arrivals groups. So like if the students arrive on Tuesday, then on Wednesday they have specific things. But on Thursday, there's tasks in there that says, do this in the system, data entry this, create this. And then on the next day, it's something else that has to do with their tokens. Then on that Monday, it has something else to do with that particular group. And then on Tuesday, it could be tasks for that group, but then also we have more arrivals that day. So then 2 days later, we have those tasks. So I have it all. It's color-coded. It's beautiful. Like it's me. Obviously, it's Excel. It's beautiful. So I created 30 days just to because I'm a visual person too. So like I created 30 days to see what it looked like. And I showed the NCO that I work with. And he was like, actually, that would be super helpful. So again, in my head, worst case scenario, if they can't fill my position very quickly, then they have this, it's going to be rough because it's a lot of individual things that have to get done. And I know like on a stubborn level, my job is easy. My job is easy. The data entry, easy. You double check your work, make sure there's no spellings. Are there still mistakes? Yes. I'm a moron. Like there's always mistakes. You have to learn how to data entry.
Moron, nobody's
this information.
perfect.
Thank you. But you have to learn how to data entry this particular spreadsheet and send it to this email to provision their tokens. And that's it. Like it's not, none of it is too terribly difficult, right? It can be learned. But it's just the fact that we don't know the timeline to get the person in there. And because it's so many things. And a lot of those little details slip through the cracks very easily. So I am trying to take a little bit of a step back and give some of those responsibilities now to the NCO or to the pay specialist that's in there now. But it's hard too because those are things that I'm supposed to be doing. So it's like, I kind of feel like a piece of shit because I am pushing back a little and trying to give tasks to these guys. But y'all have to remember, like, I'm done in 2 months. Like, 2 months is going to get here really fucking quick. And so the more that I push off now and assist along the way, the better off they're going to be because they're going to be in a routine and I'm still here to answer questions. You know what I mean? So, like, that's kind of been, I know, to me, it feels like I'm taking a giant step back. I sort of am, but I'm also working on like these side projects that I've been talking about getting done for the last like 2 years that I don't have actual focus time to get done. And so me being able to push some of those things off on the other folks that I work with allows me, like this morning, I submitted a huge packet to get our website started. So it's like, great, that was a huge thing that's been on my list. You know, then the next thing is going to be the data entry and the input and the design and all that stuff. Fine. But like all these little pieces now are finally coming together because I am pushing some of that back on them. Does that make sense? So I'm trying not to let myself feel like a piece of shit, but it does feel like I'm taking a step back and I hate it. I do hate it because I love this job. So
yeah, but you need to, in order to, instead of, you're not taking a step back, like you are, but you're not just taking a step back. You are essentially showing them what it's going to be like with you not being here on training wheels. So that it's not just like you're doing everything, and then all of a sudden you're gone. Because that's going to negatively affect the students. And I know that's the thing that you're like, you don't want to do. So at the end of the day, the way you're handling it now is the best for the program and it's best for the students that are here. I love you.
One thing, I love you too. one thing that I did do in the last couple of days is I talked to my mentor with the travel job and whatnot. And I did talk to my supervisor, and she made me feel so much better. So like as of right now, I'm not officially scheduled for anything starting in October. And my calendar is officially open as of 1 October, you know? So as of right now, I'm not scheduled for anything. No invites, no question marks, no emails, no nothing. And so, you know, anxiety kicked in earlier this week, and I sent a message to my supervisor, and I was like, hey, I'm still here and I'm still available, and I, you know, help.
Yeah.
She laughed. She's like, because I sent her a message. I was like, I know this is out of anxiety, but like, what's that going to be looking like? Like, I'm moving this weekend during these dates, and then I'll be available. And she said, oh, absolutely, we're going to get you scheduled. Okay, fine. And I didn't say anything after that. She said, we should be getting some invites here in the next couple of weeks. Great. Well, then I talked to my mentor the last couple of days, and she is a seasoned traveler with this company. And she said even she is not scheduled for anything after September. And I was like, oh, well, if you're the seasoned person and you're not scheduled for anything, then I feel much better. I feel better. It's selfish, but I feel better now. Thank you for that. Great. Like,
yes.
Whew. So that was a nice feeling. That was a lot of anxiety lifted off my shoulders. And on a selfish, girly side, I did see an old friend of mine this week that we've talked about this before, but the tension, just girl, the fact, okay.
I know who you're talking about.
When I
and I love that for you.
So that was lovely. I don't even know what to say. There is no nickname yet. There is no anything. But man, the tension is a really lovely thing. So that was nice. Oh my God, I found my debit card.
Hey. I think there's one thing that's really lovely that I didn't realize how much I want out of a person that is interested in me is that, like, you are so hot. Like, I just, like, not like you would be hot if, it's like just exactly the way you are. I want you all the time. Like, I like
excellent.
Yeah, like I like your body, your face, your personality. Like, I love everything about
your personality. Also, if they tell me that they love my podcast and my Excel spreadsheet skills.
Oh, if you listen to my podcast and you like it and give me feedback
and you tell me about it. Oh. Oh my God. What did what did SSIT say? I'm a slut for your podcast?
Yes.
I died laughing. I died. Holy shit. I was like, if you can't have that, if you can't bring that kind of energy to the table, I don't want it. I don't want it.
For real. Yeah.
Oh.
We send each other reels, like, we probably send each other like 50
so much
a day. Oh, I think I just took a screenshot. Yeah, he was like, also, where the fuck is the episode? Don't y'all know I'm a slut for it? Blah, blah, blah.
I love that for us, but also go fuck yourself. I am understaffed. Like, I can't. This week has kicked my ass. And I didn't even make an announcement. Like, I was just like, well, I knew it was going to be late. I talked to Erika about it. I did post a couple of reels, and then that was it. Like, I just have not been able to catch up. Especially being sick, it's just kicked my ass. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Maybe we just push it a week and call it a day. I can't.
I just sent you the
Screenshot?
The screenshot.
I'll superimpose it. That's fucking great. Yeah. Thanks for that, SSIT.
Yes.
Appreciate ya.
My book's called The Hunt Initiative. It's kind of a mild dystopian present day thriller. There's action in there, and there's also obviously a lot of suspense. But there's like some humor in there too to kind of balance the stakes. So it's not all doom and gloom throughout the whole book. If you are a fan of The Hunger Games or 1984 or Minority Report or The Purge, I know that's a lot. It's like a melting pot of those things. You know, a little authoritarian, which, I mean, it's a little on the nose for our present day situation. So take what you may. There is plenty to kind of go around to kind of help balance out the stakes. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's a very fun read. It's page turner, suspense, action, humor, little sci-fi in there. It's got a little bit for everybody. This is my only book. It's a standalone.
Mm-hmm.
I do have another book, but it's a children's picture book, which is totally different than this book. There's no death in that book. There's death in this book. Enjoy that if that's what you like.
Well, we've been understaffed. That is factual. Also, I'm going to need you to tell me what the episode topic is because I don't fucking know what we're doing per usual. So
we are doing misogyny is a skill issue. And I say that because I was on Instagram or something. And it was like a meme where it's like, oh, they did a study about this, that, and the other thing, and it proves that misogyny is a skill issue. And I was like, oh, interesting. I wonder if this is a real study because I'm that person. Like if I hear something on TikTok and I'm like, wow, that seems real. Let me look it up and make sure that it's real. So I found the study because I'm a crazy person and I read it. The whole thing they have on not just the abstract, which never happens. Don't look at me like that, Sarah. You're like, Jesus Christ, you are such a nerd. Woo! Yes. Yes, I love it. Anyway, the study is called Insights into Sexism, Male Status and Performance Moderates Female Directed Hostile or Amicable Behavior. And essentially, it was a study to find triggers for hostile behavior towards women. That was the, I guess, like the purpose of the study. And the hypothesis was that female initiated disruption of male hierarchy incites hostile behavior from poor performing males who stand to lose status. Meaning, when women enter a space that is traditionally a male dominated space, the men who have the most to lose are going to be the most hostile. So if they're worried that women are going to outperform them, they're going to be more hostile to women. And I have definitely seen that. And they're saying that to explain, like, not all men are overtly hostile to women when they are in a male dominated environment. So why is it only certain men that are like that? And that was the purpose of the study. And I thought that was really interesting because for sure, just for my own mental health, I'm going to go through the rest of my life being like, if somebody's being like a overt misogynist, I'm just going to be like, wow, skill issue, bummer.
Or what have we said in the past? Like, oh, you said that out loud, right? Like you meant to say that out loud?
Well, think about all of the like fucking nice guys that are like, oh, women can just, it's so easy for women to get laid, or like they can just do OnlyFans. It's so easy for them. And it's like, or nobody wants to have sex with you. And
Weird.
maybe that's a skill issue. So
Oh. And it's okay. On a funny level, I'm in this whole like man-hating era. So the way that to every single interaction that I have with a man right now is like, maybe it's a skill issue. I fully plan to use moving forward.
100%.
Thank you for that. Secondly, I of course Googled this as we're talking about it because I don't want to sound like a complete idiot. But one of the things on here is like misogyny reflects that lack of skills, where lack of emotional intelligence is number 1 on the list, where they often fail to engage in healthy emotional expression, vulnerability, or empathy, skills essential for all relationships. And how much have we, just us two, women in the room, how much have we experienced that in our entire fucking lives and careers?
Oh, so often. So often.
Right. So even just me Googling it, it's not even the actual study that you read.
No, that is very well documented, I think. And just anecdotally, like, yeah, there's a reason why we
the number of
the
tweets
bear
that came up alone that I'm like,
oh, for sure. But it was really like, for me, I found it really interesting that they were able to do an experiment that was fairly like straightforward. So the experiment was they played Halo 3 and they played as certain players with a male voice and a certain players with a female voice, and essentially documented the reactions of the other people that were on their team. And they also documented later on in the study that most of the people talking were male voices. So they didn't do a different study on that. I think it's worth noting. Even in the study, they said it was probably that players with female voices did not feel comfortable speaking to their team members because of how the other female voice characters were treated.
okay.
And
Not surprised.
no.
Like, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Sucks, but not surprising.
Essentially, they were proved correct that players who were hostile towards female-voiced teammates were lower performing males, and the lower they were performing, the more hostile they were towards the women on their team. Which should be a surprise to no one. Certainly no women who've been in any sort of environment with a man that they're outperforming. Because I certainly have. I know I have.
I have. Sure thing.
Yep. And those, I don't want to say those same players, but players who were low performing male players acted submissively towards male voiced players in identical scenarios who were doing better than them. So like who had a higher success rate in the game or whatever. Who were well performing. They were more submissive towards those male voiced players versus the female voiced players. And I think I've definitely seen it before where there's someone that person looks up to and they're like, you see them being shitty to other people and then that person comes in and they're just like all over it. I think we've all seen that in play somehow.
Yeah, definitely.
And I just thought like my anecdotal experience being put into a study was just really validating, you know? Because it's like, is it just me or do men actually just hate women who are doing well?
There's a response. So if you Google it, right, the there's a lot of posts that come up with male behavior towards female gamers, and then starts with the 2015 study. So there's a whole bunch of screenshots, and like if you Google this, there's like screenshot after screenshot on different social media platforms, and it comes up with different people's posts, right? I find going through and reading comments is also interesting because you get, especially for the high performing accounts, right? That the people who are responding. One person says, and I'll read it. His reply is, another part is that once you achieve certain skill in a game, you tend to value it, the game and your ranking in it, as part of your identity. In that sense, keeping the game alive and maintaining to outsiders a positive impression of the top of the ladder becomes fundamental to your identity. So in that case, if you are responding poorly to a female who is outperforming you when that's a part of your identity, that person is feeling attacked, and that's how they are choosing to lash out. That's their visceral reaction to being attacked because that is a part of their identity. Not everybody is like that, I'm sure. I would really like to hope that people who are gamers, because it is a pretty prevalent hobby in today's society with internet access and all of the things. I think it is and it is a hobby, I would say. But the fact that someone would take it on as an identity with their skill set, and like, I would agree with that's if they feel attacked personally by whatever person it is that is outperforming them, and it happens to be a female, that's it's very telling of the person's personality.
Yes. I also, my hot take is, I think gaming is a hobby the same way drinking a beer after work is a hobby. Like, it does help you decompress. I'm not saying it doesn't. And I'm not saying that gaming, like, I play video games. I'm not going to sit there and be like, all video games are awful, because I don't think that they are. But it's kind of like, if you don't have a hobby like working out or painting or knitting or crocheting or doing makeup or having a podcast that takes up so much of your time with your limited free time because you're a menace to yourself and everyone else. I don't think it's in the same camp is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because
it's hard to look at it because there's like, I don't agree with spending that much time on a screen with whatever video game it is. But then also, then there's also the anomalies of like, there are some teens out there that are making more money than I do because they're streaming their video play on Twitch or whatever it is. And like, they're making more money than me. And it's like, you're 14. What the fuck am I doing with my life? And we met somebody at Lit and Libations who plays video games for her full-time salary. So I mean, more power to those people. But if it's something that is, for me, if it's something that is holding you back from quote unquote living your best life or holding back things that your family can do, that's a problem. Like that's, yeah.
I saw this on Instagram or TikTok. I don't remember which one. And I was not able to find a study or anything, but I feel like it is true. Men's satisfaction in their relationship goes down the better their significant other is doing. And I feel like that's not true for all men, but it's definitely true for men who see themselves as the provider or the breadwinner, where if their spouse is doing better than them, or not even like making more than them, but just like further in their career than them, then they can't, like, it like you were saying, it contradicts their idea of themselves, like their identity, and they can't handle it. And they can't acknowledge that it is them. It's the person attacking their status, not themselves, which is, again, a maturity issue.
Yes.
But I know I've definitely experienced
an emotional,
that in relationships.
What did they call it?
For sure I have.
Emotional intelligence. Yes, I have also experienced it. And it's kind of sick because you're in a relationship and you expect the person to like support you. and vice versa. You are to support them. But if that's like not happening and your person is thriving and you're just kind of back here in the corner sulking, that's also not okay. Like,
no, I know it. And it just like, it sucks. And I didn't really realize there are a lot of things that I didn't really realize what was happening until like now I'm like on the other side of it. And I'm like, oof.
yes, correct. It's difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I have been actually, I'm going to give myself a compliment really quick, which is weird. But I have been, I was about to say I've been giving myself grace. I have not. But noticing the things that were, like, you know, why did I let that happen? Like, why did I put up with it? And just like recognizing that it was cognitive dissonance and it was because I loved someone so much. And because I'm capable of loving somebody that much, that's not a bad thing. But again, you still have to do the work yourself to make sure that that doesn't happen again, and like recognizing that stuff.
My name is Alexandra Rovirosa, and I am the founder and creative director of A Place for Us Productions. We are a theater company in the Kansas City area. So I wanted to create a space for actors to really be able to work on their craft and to be able to work with other seasoned actors. There's kind of a lot of divide usually between like either you're professional and you are working on your craft and doing all this, or it's like non-professional theater and you're like, I just do this for fun. And I was kind of wanting a space where even if you're not wanting to become professional or do those things, you still have the ability to learn and to grow and to work on your craft. And so that kind of, and to create that space for people. So that was kind of why I started. Started it 3 years ago. We've done 3 shows now, and we just opened up a teen section of it as well. We're doing children's camps this year, so we're kind of doing a lot of expansion. There's a lot of stuff for everyone. So they can find us either at our website at aplaceforusproductions.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm doing yard work tomorrow in the heat. Anyway. Anyway, we love you. Thank you for listening. Follow us on socials wherever you are. We are there, probably. Leave a review, please. We love it so much. If you leave a review, we will read it. Like, it's so good. We love it so much. Good ones, obviously. Don't
we have
leave a bad
been
one. That's
getting
mean.
quite a few comments. We have been getting quite a few comments on like some of the Spotify episodes, and YouTube has actually, daily we're getting comments sent in. So that's kind of fun.
I love that for us. Also, we have a book club, and the book is, I love her so much. Micah Silver grew up surrounded by the forests, mountains, and ocean of the Pacific Northwest. They now live in Ontario, Canada, with a mercurial cat and a bean of a dog. My dog is also a bean.
Oh my God. Okay, done. Instinctually. Got it.
It's called Rider's Blood, Moonlit Black. All right, everyone. That's it for us. We love you so much. Please follow all of the stuff on our socials. Please leave reviews. We love it so much. And comments. It brings us so much joy, legitimately. Also, remember our illustrious sponsors, our OG, Forever Storage, who is the greatest. Primal Queen, also great. I talk about it all the time. I'm not a supplement person. This shit is wild how well it works. And then we also have Everyday Dose, which I really like because I've been trying to drink less caffeine, but also it's essentially like instant coffee that tastes good. And I can should come as a shock to no one, but I am an absolute disaster in the morning. And I don't even know how I make it out the door. And having instant coffee is clutch.
I can say that since drinking mushroom coffee, the everyday dose stuff, I can say that my caffeine intake has significantly decreased because I haven't needed it as much.
Yes.
So, and that, combination of sleep schedule, combination of digestive things with Primal Queen, maybe, but I can tell you that my caffeine intake is at least half of what it was.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Something to think about.
And the book we picked for this month is Rider's Blood, Moonlit Black by Micah Silber. That will be in the show notes as per the usual. We love you so much. Without you, we would be potting into the void.